Hello, my name is Michael Regan, and this is my individual project on Ticketmaster. So this is our stakeholder matrix, and from this matrix, I will be doing this project on the UI UX designer, which means user interface and user experience designer. So this is the excerpt from our stakeholder matrix on the UI UX designer. We know that it's an active stakeholder because they're actively involved in the development process with the goal of creating a user-friendly interface, with their functionality being in the app and web development teams. These are other members of the app and web development teams, and the stakeholders' requirements are user interface and users because they're directly involved in the user's experience, and they're trying to optimize that to get repeat customers. So here's our vision board from our SRS. The idea of a vision board is to understand the company vision after looking at it for a few seconds. So we can see Ticketmaster in the middle with the competitors like StubHub. We can see the management. We see the strengths, the partners such as Spotify, the weaknesses. We can see the clients, which are the artists and venues. And then what we're concerned with this stakeholder is the customer, the process of selling the tickets to the audience. So this is our goal model from the SRS. We can start with the goal of the Ticketmaster staff establishing the required set of features. And then the strategy for doing this will be deploying the development team, which the UI UX designers will be a part of. Then they'll create and evaluate the app and then create the minimum value product. And then the UI UX designers will come in, and their goal would be to create a convenient and user-friendly checkout process. And the purpose of this would be to better the user experience, which will cause repeat customers, and then contribute to an easy and convenient way to buy tickets online, which will ultimately achieve the business goal of increasing the stock price. So the system requirements questions. This will be a conversation between the project manager and the UI UX designer. So the project manager would ask, what could you help the app development team with? And the UI UX designer would say visual design, branding, and layout. Then the stakeholder will ask, how will you achieve this? And the UI UX designer will achieve this with user research, usability testing, and wireframing. Wireframing shown here is designing the layout of the app. And then the stakeholder will ask, what is the purpose of this? And the UI UX designer will say, to make it easy for the user to navigate the app and purchase tickets, therefore increasing the sales and repeat customers. So in the project, in the SRS, these are my contributions. I created the original stakeholder model and the GSN goal model. And I think the strengths of my stakeholder model was that I included all the stakeholders, but I got the arrows wrong, but then another one of my group members fixed that. And then my GSN goal model, I think, had everything like from the marketing goals to how they were going to create the app. But I think it lacked color and lacked like varying between usage, system, and business goals. So the difficulties that I encountered during this project, I think the most difficult for me was the research, because there's so much out there, and trying to bring it all together into my models. But I think it really did come together when I did start creating my models, which I think were the biggest strength that I contributed to the project. I discovered this software online called Asta GSN, which really helped me design my GSN goal models and really helped me understand what they are and the different symbols to use. Another difficulty that I encountered was working as a team, because I've never done that before. And if I was to do it differently, I'd introduce the meeting minutes system, which is where you have formal meetings once a week and they record what everybody is doing, so that at the end, when the deadline approaches, we've known what everybody has to do, and I don't have to make sure everybody's contributed fairly. Thank you for listening to my presentation. All the sources for the information used can be found in the SRS document.